Hey, how you doing? Benjamin here, on my way to downtown Stuart with some visual aids, as you can see. Hopefully it'll get the point across. In my college career, I found out supplying visual aids usually helps drive home the point. For those of you that couldn't make it today, July the 18th, I'm here to be your voice.
Thank y'all so much for being here. I, like you, I'm excited that we're kicking off this BMAP. BMAP stands for Basin Management Action Plan. We're a government, it seems like we got an acronym for everything. But what it is it's a roadmap to solving the problems that we've got in this basin. What we have in the St. Lucie River and Estuary Basin. We feel the pain like you do. We know that this river is so important to each one of you.
Excuse me, can any of you tell us what the future is for our kids and our economy when you simultaneously lower our pollution standards, weaken them to such a degree, and at the same time redefining what a stream is to exclude canals and our numeric criteria? You want to talk about the future of our kids right now, but when you base a Basin Management Action Plan on a paper tiger, a foundation of really low, very weak standards for pollutants, how is that going to help us? We can't even go swimming in the river. We've got bacteria levels so high that people are getting sick. That should be of concern. We have cyanobacteria, blue-green algae blooms happening. You can ignore me if you like. I didn't want to answer those questions, evidently.
So we actually
I have a card.
Okay, I know where you're going. It's a neighborhood. She was a teenager.
My name's Benjamin.
Benjamin Tom.
So if you can get that to the right people, it would be
You look great.
I think I've seen this
also.
I'm a big proponent for state rights. And when the state tells EPA, we keep it local because we know what's best for our state. And then I'm saying, you're right, keep it local.
Right.
I work in the waters here. I work offshore in New Coral monitoring. I've got pictures up there of coral bleaching, not from thermal stress, or from pollutants here, that start from the canals, even if the lake is not even discharging. It's from the canals themselves, which the DEP in their Path Forward document calls conveyances. And DEP wants to rewrite the definition of a stream to exclude conveyances.
Protection, which I think is one of your concerns.
Sure.
And so there's the issues.
Because unless you can say this farm or this house is a leaking septic tank, Ryan Point, awesome work on septic tanks. Can't praise him enough.
Right.
But when you look at non-point source pollution, what good is downstream protection when you've got all these pollutants flowing further up and you know where it's coming from? It's coming from those streams, and to not test those streams, to leave them out of the LNC, or maybe there's a chance to get the SCCA.
The SAC, right.
Yeah, the SAC. No, the SAC. Would you tell me what the...
It's a site-specific alternative water quality criteria.
Which is another round of regulation that can happen, but we have to prove the people. So it's this constant idea of we the citizens, which have no resources. You know, I've taken a day off work today to come down here to discuss with you guys. You know, and we don't have the resources to continually prove things. When we pay you guys, our tax dollars go to you to do these things. So this is from lots of hatchery a couple months ago.
And then that's when they need you home to
these are direct results.
I told my husband Bill.
But also, when our pollution standards right now, when they PPM
car, you go home, pollution.
Like they're Okay, sure.
Yeah, well, they're not going to forget this phase, whether they like it or not.
That's right.
Environmental tech, so I have a couple contracts with a few people around this area. So what I say isn't based on raw emotion, it's just based on raw facts. And the BMP is great, and I'm for state rights. But when our state says EPA, federal, we're local, let's take care of it, we know what's going on. And then I turn around and say, hey, we're local, we know what's going on. And then they just say, yeah, but no. Can't have a solid action plan go forward, or as DEP says, path forward, when all your efforts are based on pollution standards that are weaker than they were before. And when you have fish kills like this from the Loxahatchee, this isn't even from up here, this is from Loxahatchee, this is from a couple months ago. When you have this happening with standards for pollution that are going to be even lower, that should make you guys pissed off, because you guys put in a lot of hard work into that action plan, and you know, if they're willing to listen to someone that works in the rivers, works in the estuaries, and also does scuba diving in the near shore and monitors coral. A lot of people think when the discharges happen, as soon as it gets to the canal, you can see my pictures up there, they say, oh, it's dirtying that colored one. You know, it was a nice blue inlet and now it's dirty. And then they just turn around and walk away. And they forget that all the juvenile fish that are here move out to the near shore. And all those reefs are so crucial to our economy here, as well as the lagoon and our rivers. So if the Basin Management Action Plan can speak to things outside the inlet as well, to the near shore, because that's all interconnected. If you look at them as segmented, not interconnected, that's also a huge problem. I think today was pretty successful. The moral of the story today is you got to get your body on the street if you want to be heard. You need to stand up for what you believe in. You got to act like you live here.